You know what's crazy? Most business owners have literally no clue why their free Google Maps listing isn't showing up on the searches and getting them more customers even though they are doing all the right things. So today, I'm gonna share something that I probably have never done before, and for the first time ever, I'm gonna walk you through my exact Google My Business audit system that I use with my clients to help them outrank their competitors and grow their business. So if you're ready, let's jump right in. So first and foremost, we are looking at Google Maps, and here we are going to type in the main keywords that you think your potential customers might type to find you. So let's say you are running a med spa, and here we have just typed for med spa followed by Coral Gables, Miami, Florida. So basically we have entered the primary keyword and the location as well. So if you take a look at businesses showing up at the top, here you'll find that there are certain sponsored listings, which we are not going to focus on because these are ranking because they are paying for those ads. What we want to focus on is this all below the sponsored listings. So these are ranking free organically. So here we have Med Aesthetics Miami, we have this one, and here you could see that as we scroll down here, I can find one which has the keywords med spa followed by Coral Gables within the business name itself. So you see, it is helping them rank even though the one which is ranking right below it has 5-star ratings. Even despite that, they are ranking by just having 4.7 star as the average score rating. So why is this happening? Well, because as I said, that they have the primary keywords and the location listed in their business name itself. So this is giving them an edge over their competition. Now, why? You might be thinking, well, because the business name is one of the most important ranking factors in the eyes of Google. So if all the top listings here, you can see Med Spa Miami, here we have, Medical Spa, we have Miami Med Spa, we have Med Aesthetics Miami. So you see what's happening over here. In the business name itself, they have the target keyword and the location as well. So if all the top listings contains the keywords in the name, and if your listing doesn't, then it's going to be very difficult for you to outrank and beat them. So in that case, what can you do? If your business name is something completely different, let's say your business name is something like this, anti-aging clinic, something like that, but it doesn't contain the keyword Coral Gables, even Miami or med spa, then in that case, you can maybe register as a DBA, which is basically doing business as. So it's a legal way to change your business name. I'm not going to go over in detail, but if you're serious about getting leads for absolutely free of cost through Google, then I think you should definitely take a shot and change your business name. Next thing you should focus on would be your primary category. Now this one is pretty straightforward, but it's not always the case, because for some professionals and businesses like, let's say, dentists or lawyers, here if I were to just change from med spas to, let's say, dentists, let's try and searching for it. As we scroll down, here you'll find that we have certain primary category listed as dentist. As we scroll down, we might even find something like cosmetic dentist, or as we scroll down more, we should find something like a dental clinic. And that's not it. We have another option which is listed as, I think, orthodontist, and we should find pediatric dentist as well. So you see what's happening over here. It's going to give you a bunch of different options when you're trying to create or update your Google My Business listing. If you are a professional like a dentist or a surgeon or a lawyer. So when it gets confusing like this, the easiest way to figure out what would work in your case is to check what your top competitors in your areas are using as their primary category. And in that case, you can pretty much try to emulate their success and hijack their audience. So over here, we can see that in the Coral Gables area, we have the primary category listed as dentist, because we see dentist as the primary category listed in the majority of the listings. So we can say that it's safe bet to list as dentist as the primary category, right? So let's go back to our audit and click this as completed. Next would be to talk about your secondary category, which most people often overlook, but it can make a huge difference. You can simply use this free Chrome extension tool called as GMB Everywhere, and in the maps itself, you'll see these secondary categories listed right here. So we can see it is listed as dentist with a star, which says that it's a primary category, but we also have additional categories listed as cosmetic dentist, dental clinic, dental implants, we have prosthodontist, we have denture care center, we have teeth whitening service, and so on. So you could go crazy about it and see what your competition is doing, and you could pretty much try to emulate that. Alright, let's go back and try to tick mark this as well. Alright, let's now talk about your website or landing page. And boy, if you don't already have one, I highly recommend you getting one so that you can have your contact forms, appointment booking calendars in place, so that in future you can scale it to a full-blown local SEO campaign where you are running digital PR campaigns and so on. So anyways, let's not deviate from what we were talking about. We were actually talking about your homepage of your website. So here I found one med spa clinic website because we were taking that as an example earlier. So this website, here you can see it's pretty good website. Your website doesn't necessarily have to be so beautiful looking, but at the same time, you should not miss out on important ranking factors. So what I mean by it? Well, basically what I'm trying to say is that, the reason why you would actually want a website listed or linked to your Google My Business profile. Let me just search for the same one, which is, I think, was this one? No, this is not the one, but let's try and search for Med Spa. And we are talking about Med Spa Miami, the very first ranking one. Yeah, Med Aesthetics Miami, something like that. So this is the listing and they have the website listed. So this helps Google identify your listing and recognize your website content as well faster. So you are leaving clues to Google about your business, who you are, what you do, and all those clues helps your listing rank higher and help you get more calls and inquiries. But you know what's even more important in your homepage? Well, it's going to be your meta title. So if you want to find meta title of any of the web page, you can just basically click on inspect element and search for title. And when you click over here, you'll find that the title of this page is Med Spa Miami, followed by a separator, and then they are listing out all the services and additional categories that is associated to this business. So you see, it's leaving different clues, helping your listing rank higher and higher. So you want to make sure that your meta title includes your primary keyword and your location as well. And let me try and give you a pro tip. Try to front load your target keyword and the location so that you're making super clear to Google that this is what your business is providing, and it's going to help to show up your listing to the people who are actually searching exactly what your business is all about. So it's a very small tweak, but it can have a huge difference and impact on your business. So don't just go away. We are not done yet. We should click on the meta title as well. And moving on to the other part, the next thing you should focus on when you're talking about your website is going to be your page header. Now, what does this mean? Well, this is the exact thing we were talking about. So let's say here we have another website. Let me find some other websites. All right. Let's try and take a look at maybe this one. And let's see if the hero section has a big H1. Well, they do not have an H1. They're not doing it right. But at the same time, let's try and take a look at the sponsored listings. I'm pretty sure their website would be in place. And here, voila, you can see the wellness destination for your skin. Skin clinic. This is the H1. This is the H1 in the HTML code. Basically, this is the headline which shares about you can see which is targeting your primary keyword and location at the same time. Now, a pro tip would be, don't just copy your meta title, mix it a little bit and make your H1 a bit more persuasive and make the copy more sales worthy. So that's one thing that I would like to share about your website. Let's try and take this part as well. And when it comes to your content of your website, wherever we scroll down, we should ideally want to sprinkle in more keywords and locations served in the other parts of the page copy, and include your keywords in the headers as well. So I don't mean to say that you have to stuff keywords and make it very repetitive, but I want you to make your content sound more natural and not spammy. So let's go back here, take this part, and let's move on to the business address part. And there are a couple of things that you should know. First off, showing your office address or the store location on a Google business profile can give a significant boost in rankings. Although Google has never officially said it before, but in my experience, it does help a lot if you're listing your address within your location part. But if you're someone who is a plumber or an electrician or a pest controller, where you actually visit the customer's location, then you probably won't be allowed to show your address on your Google listing profile, because Google right now at the time of filming this video just allows brick and mortar businesses to show their addresses. So what you can do in that case, you can list the areas that you serve. So let's say here we have a listing of an electrician. So you can see they don't have address listed. They have areas which they are serving. So you can see you can list out different areas that maybe you're serving in Miami, something like Brickell, Wynwood, Little Havana, downtown Miami, and so on. If you are serving in Los Angeles, you can serve, Woodland Hills, Orange County, and so on. So these are the things that you should be aware of. And one bonus tip I'd like to share: if your business location is, let's say, in the outskirts or outside of Miami, and you want your Google listing to show up in the Miami searches, then you're gonna have a really difficult time ranking. Ideally, your business address should be smack in the middle of the area where you want to dominate and get more customers from. So let's try and tick mark this business address and in the target location part as well. Now, since we are already talking about your business address and we touched upon the importance of having your own website, I think you should definitely put your exact business address that you entered while creating your Google business profile in your website's footer as well. If we scroll down to any of these, websites that we saw from the Google listings, you can see in the location part, they have listed their exact location. So you want to leverage that and put in the website's footer. Why? Because this basically tells Google that yes, this is the exact same business in this same location. So it's that little bit of consistency that helps Google trust you more, which can give your rankings a little nice boost, and it also reassures your potential customers that this business is located in this area. All right, let's move on to another part, which is going to be your your opening hours listed on your Google My Business profile. Now here's the thing. Google wants to show businesses that are not just relevant, but also convenient for the people who are actually searching. So if you're open for a longer period, maybe let's say you are open earlier in the morning and you close later at night or in the evenings, and you are even working on weekends, then you are much more likely to catch other people's attention and even catch the attention of Google. Because let's say your competitors are shutting down at 5 p.m. and you are still open till 7 p.m. Then guess who's more likely to show up when someone searches at maybe 6:30 in the evening? Obviously you. So yeah, don't forget to list those hours in your website footer as well as your Google My Listing profile so that everything stays consistent. So that's done right there. Since we are talking about your Google Maps listing, how can we neglect ratings and reviews? So here we are looking at two things: your average star rating and the number of reviews that you have got. So generally we have seen that even though one might have 5-star ratings from 40 different people, but the one which has 4.7 average stars with reviews from 173 people is gonna outrank it. So it's not always about the average rating, but more so of the confidence of the rating. How many people are actually leaving reviews? So that matters a lot. And if there's a huge gap, then definitely it's gonna hold you back from ranking. And the consistency of the reviews coming in also matters a lot, because it shows people that your business is active, and at the same time it's gonna help you get more trust from people, and it's basically going to convey to your potential customers that your previous clients and customers are still happy with your services. But if your last review, like your latest review was like, maybe let's try and take a look at this listing, and if it's from 2 years ago, you can see 9 months, 2 years ago, that's something which is not going to send the right signal to Google. And you know what, we are not just done yet. Like, there are a couple of things that you need to check. And the first one would be whether your customers are including photos within your reviews or not. So when we are talking about, let's say, this kind of a profile where we are talking about roofing, or let's say nail spa, here you can see people are leaving their reviews with photos. So that says that, hey, this is how our job, this is how we were treated, and this is how they work. So this feels more authentic, more trustworthy, and it shows people are genuinely interacting with your business. Plus, it even gives more context about what your place looks like, what you offer. And so you need to start making a habit of asking your customers to take a snapshot and include photos when they are leaving a review on your Google Maps listing. Also, reviews from other third-party websites like maybe, Facebook, Trustpilot, and other websites can also help your listing rank higher. Why? Because it looks more legit and trustworthy. It shows Google that you have got credibility across multiple platforms, not just on Google itself. Now, one of the very first things that people are going to see on your profile is going to be your cover photo. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to use any copyright-free images from the web. You have to post pictures of you and your team, or maybe people who are working at a project that actually helps you represent your business. So make it a habit to upload new photos every 2 weeks or at least a month or so. So that way you are not just dependent on the reviews, and at the same time, you don't have to worry about getting professional photos done. You don't require a DSLR or a photographer. You can just take a quick snap from your phone, and that would be more than enough. Let's talk about something that can really set your listing apart, and that is videos. Let me go back to our audit, and let me tick mark few of the things. And here we are going to talk about videos. So when we talk about videos, we know that all the social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, they are video dominated platforms. And through videos, maybe you can show or share your case studies, your client projects, how you work, and so on. Again, it doesn't have to be a professionally shot with drones and stuff like that. You just require a smartphone with you, which I'm sure you all have. So you can just film a 30 to 60 seconds video where you are showing what you have to offer, and that way you can stand out from the crowd. All right, so let's also tick mark that as well, videos. And since you're already listing your services, why not repurpose them and feature in the products section of it? So here I have an example of one of my clients' Google My Business profile. He is a chartered accountant, and here we have listed all the description and services that they offer. Now, some people might not be comfortable sharing the pricing for the services, but if you are comfortable, then I would highly recommend you to list your services with the prices associated to it as well. And you can repurpose those services into products as well. So if we talk about this med spa or this nail paint, okay, not this listing, maybe some other listing, let's say this one, yeah. So you can see they are repurposing their services and they are selling products like skincare collagen drops. Or even if you're not selling any tangible products, maybe you can offer or list down support, 24/7 support, or something like maybe an inspection and audit for free, something like that in the products section. This way you are creating more visually appealing Google My Business profile of yours, and you are adding more and more rich content on your profile, which helps people take a look at what you have to offer and filter out all those garbage leads that will call you. So that way, you are making sure that only interested parties are calling you and are filling out your contact forms on your website. Now, speaking of rich content, don't miss out on the Google Business post. So here, when we take a look at this roofing Google Business profile, here you'll find these are several Google Business posts. Now, what are these? They are nothing but mini blogs, or a way to maybe sell your services and show your social proof. So you can see they are showing that they signed this new contract. This is their work they have done, and they have call to actions in the end. So this is how you can pretty much try to share information, try to educate your potential customers and clients, and maybe even try to subtly sell, but not being so hardcore salesy. So that's what you need to do through your Google My Business post. All right, let's try and check mark that as well. And we simply have to talk about few things which are less, which is description and social media links. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you take a look at any of the profile, you'll find that each and every business would require some sort of description where you share what your business is all about. You can try and stuff few keywords, your primary target keyword, your location, and so on. You can try and integrate your different social media profiles where you are active on, not just any other social media profile, but where you're consistently posting reels, infographics, blogs, and so on. And that way it's going to give different signals to Google that you're not just active on Google, but also on other platforms as well. And that way you can redirect the audience to see more and more of the stuff that you have delivered in the past. And that way you are trying to qualify more and more leads. And that's pretty much all there is to optimize your local listing and get more and more leads for your business. Again, since this is a free online marketing system, it's going to take some time to see results, like maybe 60, 90 days to see some tangible results. But if you have some marketing budget to spend and you want to get results fast, and you're confused if you should even give a shot at Google pay-per-click advertisements, then I think this next video right here would help you answer this exact question.